it's been almost 10 years with the US business world, and with all your guys' support and the whatever we are doing, because of all the people are working hard, like Bhupinder, Satyas, and the Ajmer ji and other teams in India. And Mr. Bhupinder will be telling you the details. So once again, thank you. Be a part of our US business with JD Coin and the GUADs.
Welcome to this webinar, and happy anniversary to all of you guys and everybody who is team members, our network people, our associate, and entire team. I'm very happy today to be a part of a journey. It's been 10 years now, and very excited, very happy. We will announce few things today. Based on our experiences, based on what we have achieved, and based on what our 10th anniversary. I just wanted to give a few things to our team network, and that has been a part of our achievements actually. And I want everybody to be participant, everybody to be part of that our achievement. And I'm very proud to say that within 5 days, what we are committed now, we are launching on three exchanges. I told you 2, but we are launching on 3 exchanges. There is one Windex. This is a special gift to all my Vietnamese team. Windex is a Vietnamese-based exchange, and great volume, more than a $1 billion volume a day. So this gift is for Vietnamese teams, so you can trade on with your own things. So Vietnam people will be easy to trade in with all this. And CATX and Etherfly, this is mostly a European one. CATX has one of the top 10, top 15 exchanges, one of the top 10, top 15 exchanges in the. And this is what we have done. We'll be at least on a 25 exchanges by this 2020, and all will be. My work is that all 25 exchanges should be from a top 30 or a top 40 exchanges. We'll be on a 25 exchanges. So these are the exchanges right now with us, and very proud to say that. And soon you will have one more exchange next week. So we are working on a new POS thing, and that way in 2020 January we shifted from a POW to ERC20 for a short period of a time. We shifted on a ERC20 on a period of time where everyone can be benefited in a way, and transaction can be more secure and all that. And we wanted to have some impact on our environment, because POW was consuming a lot of power. It has been an energy consuming job. So we thought this is not the nice idea, and we started shifting on a new technologies. And that's what we incepted, that POS should be launched. In June, the POS is modified. POS technology will be available to you all, and the fully functional program with a wallet and everything will be launched in Blockchain Summit London, which is going to happen in October 2020. And now, if we come about GZ, everybody know that we started an offer that we'll give a money back offer, and that has been extended till April 30th. Whosoever will go for our GZ packages of $121, and they will be covered by a money back guarantee till 30th of April. Whosoever join us till that time. This is one of the extension or announcement which I would like to do on this anniversary. Again, I would love to tell you that Blockchain Summit is happening in October, Olympia, London, and that is the time. It was scheduled for July, but because of coronavirus, that has been postponed for October actually. And JD Coin is one of the participant in this. JD Coin is one of the sponsor in this, and JD Coin is one of the speaker in this. During this period only, we are going to announce the blockchain 4.0, what we are speaking, and we are one of the speaker on that. You can see that, and we are announcing blockchain 4.0 there. So this is blockchain. We are participating, and I want everybody. This is from our side, who are the car achievers in the US business world, will be eligible for the blockchain summit London, and it is offered to attend the blockchain summit in London with us. We will extend the blockchain summit invitations to you all, everybody. Now we are also launching and we have launched the charity program based during the COVID-19, and I sincerely request everybody to be participant to this and donate something. You can donate in Bitcoin, you can donate in Ethereum, JD coin, so we can help the people who really need food, shelter, all those things. And I'm very excited that we are working on supporting families, food and drink, supporting people who are homeless. Actually, we are working on pets. Actually, we are fighting to COVID around the world, so we are building teams around the world.
So good morning, good evening, good afternoon, guys. I see people from every part of the world, starting from US, Europe, Finland, Dubai, then of course India, a lot of people from India and Vietnam. Blockchain 4.0, as you all know, is an extension of 3, wherein scalability and speed has been one of the biggest drivers, which makes blockchain 4.0 as one of the differentials from 3.0. Apart from speed, scalability, a fast transaction commits so that the blocks are added very quickly. We also are seeing very new advancements in the consensus algorithms. The proof of stake, which we are moving, has lot of changes which has gone through. So we will be using a wide range of verticals will be using proof of stake for utilizing it into their own technology. And second big thing is atomic swaps, where cross-chain transactions to improve the transaction speed, usability, and also be able to be available on decentralized exchanges. If we bring atomic swaps, then being part of decentralized exchanges will be very easy and quick. And we can also do cross-chain transactions. That means we can do a transaction between a different chain, a different blockchain with JD coin. That is what is called as cross-chain transactions. And we are also looking at bringing a point of sale support. That means you can use how to use crypto in regular world, wherein you can use it in any point of sale, like buying probably clothes or some electronics or some vacations, like that. So what are all the new changes you see is, as I was telling you, we will have a very modified and a new algorithm for proof of stake. So you will have a very modified proof of stake to take the consensus, and when the consensus happen, and how these consensus are used to create a new block. The second thing is, anyone can easily operate their own node. They can become a node owner. With the new stuff, you can start creating your own JD coin node and start becoming a user, and also send your own votes for creating a block, for instance, for just staking, for instance. And as I told you, with 4.0, you will have more and more decentralized exchanges accepting us. And with this, we also have what is called as smart contracts, wherein you can have a multi-party contract, and the contract can be written right into the chain and also tracked. The standard example which they give is from farm to the fork example, wherein if you have to track your produce fruits or vegetables from farm till your fork on your dining table, you can have that tracking done through contracts like this. And smart contracts, I have a small example wherein how smart contracts are used in electrical grids also towards the end of this presentation. So smart contracts is going to be good, decentralized exchanges is going to be good, and we have APIs which we can use in either e-commerce or point of sale, e-commerce websites and point of sale. So there is one more thing is when we start creating nodes, there will be many nodes. So each node is vulnerable for an attack, because more the nodes, more the exposure. But we are built to defend that. We are building a denial of services as attack. We are building a shield which will provide you with a security layer to protect your node when you create a node. That's what is distributed denial of services defense shield. Now coming to the proof of stake, again I want to educate you with the proof of stake with one and two more slides, just as to understand. There are many proof of stake algorithms, the consensus algorithms, out of which the naive proof of stake is just the plain vanilla one. The delegated proof of stake, which I will talk to you in very detail, is how you delegate your stakes to voters, and those voters will vote on behalf of you. And there is one thing called as chain-based proof of stake, and there is also one thing called as BFT style proof of stake. I will explain you chain-based and BFT-based style of proof of stake so that you can understand what is the difference. And delegated proof of stake, I'll explain you in greater detail. Now coming to these two things, as a knowledge point, chain-based proof of stake and BFT-based proof of stake. Though there is a small difference, you guys have to understand in a chain-based proof of stake, what happens is the staking algorithm will select the validator on a random basis on each time slot. Suppose a block is added to the chain once in every 30 seconds, for instance. When a block is added to the chain once in every 30 seconds, the transactions have to be validated. So how will the validators be selected? In the old traditional way, the guy who stakes the maximum coins would get the validating rights. But with chain-based proof of stake, there is a pseudo algorithm which randomly selects the validator. So everyone, even if he has a very less amount of coins, would get a chance to validate a transaction or a set of transactions and create that block. And the block will be added to the previous block, but usually to the longest chain available. Suppose the block will be added to the longest chain. So the chain which is longest gets becoming longer and longer in case of chain-based proof of stake. But if it is in the BFT-based proof of stake, what happens is the randomicity is still maintained by the algorithm. That means even with the nodes or the users who have lesser coins to stake get a chance to be validator. But what happens is there will be a series of voting rounds. That means it is not just one round of voting for a transaction. There will be a series of rounds, and at the end of all the process, the validators will permanently agree that this is the block, these are the transactions that are going to be in the block, and the block will be added to the chain. So that is the difference. Voting is the difference, and a series of rounds of votings will be done, and it will be added to a chain within the previous one. It need not be the longest chain as compared to the chain-based proof of stake. Now, let us talk the next slide about the delegated proof of stake in very detail. What will happen in delegated proof of stake? It is also nowadays called as DPoS. DPoS is an algorithm wherein what happens is the node owners and users can elect some delegates. That means they can say Mr. X and Y can be part of my block producers, can be part of my voters. So you can actually delegate. So the people are asking if there are any legal documents and all that stuff. This delegation process is mainly to say that who is going to create my next block, who is going to witness the transactions, who is going to say that the transactions are valid, and who is going to produce the next block in the chain. And you can delegate this, and the elected delegates will validate these transactions and will also achieve consensus as to all the transactions are right. And see in what happens in a regular POS kind of a thing is the node has all the authority. Here we are giving the authority to a set of other delegates as well to take care of creating a block.
Thank you. It's a privilege for me to be a part of JD Coins and the team, and thank you very much for including Jeeves ads into your big, huge spider web, if I would call. My gosh, as I said, I have not understood much of what Satya said, but it was amazing what he does. Amazing, amazing. Well, Jeeves ads started about 8 years back, almost, for the newcomers in this phone call today and the webinar. 8 years ago, this was a vision to help local community over here with advertising needs. And you all understand advertising and marketing is one of the most expensive market in the world as of today or in the past as well. So Jeeves Ads was very excited to see the offer from Dr. Singh. And 7 years ago when we started this, it was planned and shaped for a small community, small market. But today, 7 years, 8 years later, we are in several states in the United States, as well as in 3 different countries right now. I am so very thankful to to Dr. Singh and his co-founder, Mr. John Banga. Thank you very much for including us in this. Jeeves Ads, as Cherry had mentioned, that during this tough time, and I'm extending my sorrow to anybody, if anybody has been affected by this coronavirus, and this team who are listening to us today. And if you know anybody in your family and friends, my heart goes to you guys, and very, very sorry about this. Hopefully we'll all come back in a regular and a normal life very soon. Jeeves Ads, as Cherry has mentioned, that we have not been sitting idle over here. We have been working with quite a few of our team members from home to home via Zoom and Skype and other network possibilities and the ones that we have in options around. It is amazing that if you put your effort, put your work, and you're dedicated and you believe in a product as such, that people understand and they also tend to work with you. We have tried to build the relationship with Coke for quite some time, and Coke has been with us for the last couple of years, working with our indoor digital advertising, which Jeeves especially does. So during this time, I've been working with them and asking them, how can we see a potential win-win situation between Coke and Jeeves Ads? And brainstorming this, we have come up with the conclusion that yes, we can work something out, and that is outdoor advertising, outdoor electronic advertising. We are already in the indoor advertising business, so Coke thought and understood that this would be a great match, because in the past when we worked with them, we have worked very closely. They understand that, okay, in this present need, a lot of restaurants and gyms and bowling alleys which are closing, which has closed unfortunately, and will be opening in about a month or so, they will need some form of advertising to bring the people in. Static advertising doesn't do much. If you folks over there who are listening to me right now, you understand electronic advertising really talks to the community. You can change your ads every minute, every hour, every day, whenever required to be. For example, now, next month, we will be opening some restaurants, and everybody has to maintain the social distancing. So in a 50-seater restaurant, you'll be having 25 clients. So to attract the 25 clients, the restaurants has to send some kind of a message. They also have to have some advertising needs. The gyms have to have some advertising needs. So imagine if they have an electronic sign outside their restaurant, which is telling them that today's lunch is buy one, get one. Some way or the other, they need to generate their income. And that's where Coke is coming in with us. Coke, their products in almost every restaurant, right? Their biggest competition is Pepsi. You all know that. So as long as Coke is supplying those products in the restaurant, you can work with Coke in your country, in your state, in your city, because every Coke has got, the main Coke has got their franchise, right? There's in every city and state. So you can talk to the marketing manager or the plant manager there and say, hey, this is what we're thinking. Can we work this out together? Now you have got Coke helping that particular restaurant. So for example, if the restaurant is serving Coke already, now you can tell Coke, hey, you are serving Coke over here already. This restaurant, they need a boost in their income. If we allow you to put an electronic sign outside with your signs on that electronic sign, would you be willing to pay half the cost of that signage? Share with the restaurant owner. And then you talk to the restaurant owner, say the same thing. Hey, would you be interested in putting half the money for an electronic sign, which would bring in 65% more business in your business? So now it's a matchmaker, folks. Same thing if there's a Pepsi account and you can turn that Pepsi account into a Coke account. Coke is almost guaranteed to give you 100% for that electronic sign. Now, in between, obviously, we make our share. But that is the achievement we just conquered recently with Coke. For me, I think it is huge. Imagine that, having 100 restaurants transferring, if their Pepsi account will be transferring them to Coke because of this great potential. And every restaurant would like to have an electronic sign outside. They don't want to pay for it, all of it. But imagine if I'm paying 50%, 60%, 70%, and they're paying only about 30 to 40%. Who would say no to that? So that's where you need to focus and concentrate. I will show you how you can do it in our future webinars. And Cherry, you're doing an incredible job in this with your team, to how to market this product to your clients. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for our growth. I'm excited for our opening. It is not a time to grieve or to mourn or to sit idle and think that, oh, this whole world has come to an end. It has not come to an end. This is the time, folks, we need to turn around and make it better for each one of us. We have to find ways to make better. There will never be an end of the world right now. No, it is not. It is a challenge that we are all facing. And unfortunately, it's all of us together throughout the world. It's not you or me. So imagine what happens. As soon as the market opens, we will all be back in action. Competition will rise again. Anybody who can make a difference a little bit in their own business by sacrificing a little and giving a lot more, I, honest to God, believe that within 6 to 8 months, we should be back in action.
So thank you to everyone today joined us with the 10th annual for the youth, and I appreciate your guys, all the work you guys doing for us.
We are not sitting idle at all. We are just not sitting idle at all. We are working really hard every day. Our entire team is working really hard in India, in Vietnam, Finland, Dubai, US, all part of the world from where our team is, where our offices are right now. And very soon our office is going to open in Europe, where it will be, this is also one of the announcements which I need to make. For the GZ, we are working hard to get all the licenses. Just it has been held up because of this Corona thing. Otherwise, we would have been in Finland, Estonia, somewhere in Finland and Estonia in Europe very soon. So just thank you everyone, and you guys are all welcome for a London Blockchain